Okay, so here are my 3 picks for the ultimate Rolex 3-piece collection. So the way I decided to divide a collection would be, first watch would be a dive or sports watch, kind of like basically anything with a rotating bezel. The second category was dress watch, and the third was a steel sports watch. Now, these are by no means my definite choices. These are just the ones that kind of stuck out to me as this would make a really cool collection. Now, one thing I'm going to address before I start the rest of the review is that all of these watches are available pre-owned, on sale pre-owned here at JB Hudson in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I've left links in the description to all these watches. Another point I'd like to address, and before everyone comments this, is that why didn't you include a Rolex Submariner in your collection? First of all, I think the Rolex Submariner is, I'd say, the best dive watch ever made. I didn't include it because I've seen a lot of similar reviews online, and everyone makes sure to include it. Nothing wrong with that. I chose to include the Yachtmaster Ever-Rose instead because I think it's more unique, albeit more costly. But I think it's a really cool watch, and I by no means think this is a better choice than a Submariner. I just thought it'd be more interesting for the video if I chose the Ever-Rose. So, why don't we just start off with that Ever-Rose? So, the Rolex Ever-Rose, Yachtmaster Ever-Rose, with the Oyster Flex strap, has a 40 millimeter case size, and which is the same as the Rolex Submariner, and I mean the case looks extremely similar to the Rolex Submariner with the exception of the bezel, which is slightly different. It is also ceramic on this, and the dial looks a little bit different. Rolex's rose gold color is absolutely exquisite, and I love how they matched the rose gold color on the dial in their logo and the crown there to the rest of the case. I mean, like any modern Rolex, and these Rolexes are all currently like on sale, they're the current versions. I think that, the finishing is just absolutely superb. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the Rolex Oyster Flex strap now, talking about this watch. It's probably one of the more interesting features of this watch because this is a relatively new release. So the way the strap is constructed is it's rubber on the outside, but then inside it kind of has a skeleton it has like a metal frame on the inside to keep it rigid, and it also has these little lips here that kind of lift it off of your wrist, so in case it gets really sweaty, it doesn't get really uncomfortable. This is definitely a sports watch through and through. However, the water resistance is only 100 meters, so okay, to be honest, I would guess that this watch can go a lot deeper than a 100 meters just based on how it's designed. It has the triple lock crown. It's just, I don't know. I think that it really could go 300 meters, but Rolex didn't want to make it at the same level as the Submariner because they'd rather have you buy a yellow gold Submariner. But this is all speculation, so don't take my word for it on that. But again, a very good watch. It'd make an excellent sports / dive watch. You probably shouldn't dive with this given that it's a solid gold case, but it's kind of in that same kind of, if you're in the pool, it's a cool watch to have. So moving on to my sort of steel sports watch here. So this is the Rolex Milgauss with green glass and black dial. The green glass is also available with the blue dial, and it's got a very nice oyster bracelet. So it's just exquisitely built. The oyster bracelet is slightly different than the one on the Rolex Submariner. It's the same as the one on the rest of the Datejusts though, where it's got the polished center link. Actually, on the Datejust, maybe those don't have the polished center link. Don't take my word for it, but either way, just the overall form is the same as the one on the Datejust, and including the clasp here. So you just peel this thing back, and then that opens the clasp. Very nice. Rolex's clasps, bravo. They make excellent clasps. Not a problem. They're just absolutely exquisite. So this watch is special because it was originally designed for scientists. It's very anti-magnetic. It's just a beautifully made watch. It's got the scientific heritage. I think that the differing colors of the lume on the dial and also the lightning bolt hand make it a really unique Rolex that I think is slightly overlooked on most watch channels. So moving on to my pick for the dress watch. Now, my pick for the dress watch is the Rolex Day Date in white gold. Now, this watch had an original retail price of $37,000, but it's available here at JB Hudson for $24,000. I'll give you the rest of the prices for the other pieces here at JB Hudson also at the end of the review, but this watch is just the epitome of stealth wealth. I mean, it looks like a steel Rolex. I mean, people might even mistaken it for a Datejust. It doesn't look like one of the top-end Rolexes, and it definitely is. I think that this is way cooler than even a yellow gold one, because I mean, it's only people in the know are going to know that you paid that much money for a white gold. I mean, it's just, and the weight of this watch is amazing. I mean, the yellow gold one is too, but I mean, that's kind of how you can tell if it's steel versus white gold. The white gold is a lot heavier. It's just a brick. I mean, the presidential bracelet on this example is absolutely exquisite. It has a really cool clasp where you peel back the crown there and it opens up. Beautifully made watch. And it's got the day and date complication. And it's just, I mean, it's absolutely beautifully made. So, those are my 3 picks for my ultimate Rolex collection. I had my steel sports watch, dress watch, and dive / kind of in the water watch. If you like this video, please remember to subscribe and share. And also, if you have any other suggestions for maybe an ultimate Rolex collection, please leave them in the comments. Remember, we're at JB Hudson Jewelers in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and if you end up purchasing any of these pieces, make sure to mention us. Thanks for watching.